Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the daily scan for Thursday, December 5th, 2013. On the news front from yesterday, these reports all were kind of mixed, including the beige book. It's just showing again that the economy here in the U.S. and probably pretty much worldwide, except for some hot spots, is pretty lackluster and blasé. And that includes this employment report, at least here in the U.S., where 35% of the people don't want to work and 47% are on getting some sort of subsidy or money from the government. So I'm not getting, well, I guess I am. I'm getting Social Security, but in theory I paid into it. So therefore all I'm doing is just collecting money out of my government-funded savings account, I guess you might say, because the government already spent the money that I put in there anyway. So for today, we're looking at GDP and jobless claims, both at 8:30 with red stars, so they may be market movers. And then at 10 o'clock is the factory orders. So that's that for today, at least on the scheduled news front. Looking across the pond to Asia, where we saw a bearish day there, not incredibly bearish, but bearish nonetheless. And then Apple reaches a deal to sell iPhones at China Mobile. And what else might we have here? Let's see. Well, pretty much crap. I mean, non-affecting news, or news that's not really very interesting to me anyway. Okay, let's take a look at the futures here in the U.S. We're looking at slightly down, although something's happening here in the NQ, and I would suspect, based on that Apple news, that it is Apple, and we can take a quick look at that if you would like. And come on, oh yeah, it's Apple. That's going to pull up the NASDAQ today up to 573 from a close yesterday of 565. Not all that hot, $8. That's, really nothing to brag about for Apple. But that would be why the NASDAQ is up this morning. Gold is at $12.33 after a huge surge yesterday and the day before, I believe. And then oil is at $97.51, just hanging in there where it popped up to. But gas yesterday, at least yesterday afternoon, is still $2.99 at my local gas station. So if anybody wants to come to Central Ohio and buy some gas, you can go to Baltimore, Ohio, and gas is $2.99. So anyway, if you can afford to drive here, or if you live here, whatever, you know what I mean. Okay, let's take a look at the account here. Pretty much everything is... I'm not going to do anything over here to anything. I got Walgreens here that I was playing around with to see if there was something I could do to extend this thing out. Let's look at the Analyze tab here. This is the calendar, which is up just a tad. Maybe Walgreens will rally a little bit today. That would be nice. They had really pretty good news yesterday. Walgreens Q1 sales surged 6%, and then this happens at like 9 o'clock in the morning or whatever, and this is what happens to the stock. Now this isn't huge here. It opened at 58.62 and closed at 57.58. That's only $1, but that's pretty big for a $50 stock. And here's our target for our calendar. So maybe we will get a little bit of a rally today, which would be a good thing. And everything else is hanging in there. I'm not going to do anything to adjust. The thing about Walgreens, let's go back there just for a second. I was thinking maybe of rolling this December, let's see here, that's wrong, isn't it? I would have to buy back this December 59, so this is a 59. Let me get this out of the way. Stand by. Okay, so here we have it. I would have to buy back this December 59 and then sell. This is a December 1 and then sell a December 257. Or I could do a 58, couldn't I? See how that one looks. And then, you know, if Walgreens continues to sink, it could end up being a pretty nice trade. Just don't know though, because now here I'm throwing another $44 after it, or 44 cents times 5, and putting a lot of risk and a lot of transaction costs into this. So I think what I'm going to do is hopefully Walgreens will rally a little bit today, or at least I'll be able to break even on this thing and just get out of it today. So here's for my notes, exit Walgreens. Alright, oops, back here. Everything else is looking okay. BIDU, we just need a little bit more time on this calendar. It's I was hoping that BIDU would come back down a little bit. Here's what she's looking like on the Analyze tab. I may just exit that today also, although I got a couple of rolls here that I could possibly do. So I will be looking at maybe rolling this BIDU calendar. I don't know if it's going to be worth it because it's looking like as though it's not going to come down. So I think it would be a waste of time. So now I'm at negative 52, and I could go all the way to 87. So I think it would be worth it to just exit this trade. So that'll be in my plan for today. Everything else hanging in there. Okay, now let's just jump right to the A+ list. Take a look. We already know what Apple's doing this morning. So it was a no results yesterday. It closed darn near where it opened. Had a nice opening and then pulled back and just ended up settling right at its, almost at its opening price. We have our target down here. We're not going to reach that for a couple of days based on what we just saw. So is Apple maybe a good overnight trade? It might be a good overnight trade. I don't know. We'll have to look. And overnight trades haven't been working out too well for me lately, so I'm probably going to just stay away from them for now. Our Adobe, oops, yeah, here we go. Here's our Adobe Iron Condor. Actually, I must have made a bit of a move down yesterday. Yes, it did. So we were up in the 30s here, and now we're down to 28 something. So we'll have to see how that one works out. Okay, Amazon. Amazon's coming down right into our target area. How sweet it is. So we're just going to have to wait for that one to mature a bit. BIDU, we already kind of talked about that one. And do we have BIDU? We're going to change our opinion of this into a bullish bias. and just move forward. Celgene, wait for that BIDU to hit our target. Celgene, still not feeling real comfortable about it at this time. Sort of directionless in a manner of speaking. Chipotle is surprisingly weak. Yeah, I don't see anything shocking news-wise. It's just a general overall blasé feeling on the retail side here. We have FedEx moving down into our target area. Wait for that one to develop a little bit. Green Mountain Coffee. I think we're into a possible trend reversal here as the 50 MA is starting, looks like it wants to flatten out a little bit. So we were talking about an iron condor here, which may have not been a very good move. So we're waiting for that trend to possibly reverse. And Google, the alert did trigger yesterday and it kind of settled down. So we're so far okay on that. A little concerned about this hook here though. Let's get rid of this. A little bit concerned about that. We could, oops. We could, we're looking like as though we may have a bullish play here. So I'm putting an alert here for a bull put on this. Get this alert here to trigger. And we might get in with that. And then it serves as another purpose to say that maybe we should give up on this bear call side of this iron condor and go with a bull put. So we'll just kind of reverse our bias on that. So that alert will serve two purposes, as a panic alert and a bull put alert. Okay, LinkedIn is staying down here. It had a pretty good day yesterday, actually. Was able to maintain much of its move initially in the morning. So we're still in a the 50 MA is still red up here. It's just looking blah. So we're just going to hang in there with nothing there directionally speaking. MasterCard moving down into our target area, but not getting confirmation on the longer term. And looking kind of weak here. If we get a hook here, I probably won't do anything about it. Just because it's looking really weak. There's a lot of confirmation that says it's weak. That's our simulated play that we have here on Marvel. Netflix, we had this arrow here. Well, this is that is a very unusual candle. Wow. Netflix, I think, is cruising for a bruising looking at this candle. Look at that. All this enthusiasm at the open, and then a huge sell-off. That is really unusual. I don't know what to say about that one. What we're going to say is we're going to wait. Nike, our alert did not trigger. It's still valid. I'm not going to move it, so Nike is still valid. Priceline, it's coming down here, might be giving us a little bit of a hook. Priceline has not been nice to me this year either. We're getting some confirmation. I would like to see this pop up yet. I need a hook down here on MACD. So we're going to let that one cook for another day. Kaihu, not sure exactly what's going on there. We're still red here on this moving average, if not definitely pretty flat. We have these, the average and the short term or the weekly trying to come here and meet. We're pretty much hanging around the zero line here on the stochastic, or at least in the middle. Anyway, not much activity, so not a lot of movement there on that particular one. Tesla. Tesla's trying its darndest to recover here and hang on to this gain that it had 2 days ago. I'm just not seeing anything there that I'm feeling comfortable with. Visa. We might be getting a hook on Visa. Need a hook down here on the MACD. Some mixed confirmation here. Walgreens. Yeah, we're going to exit that today on that calendar. So we would be looking for a hook up here. Let's see if we get one. And then XLV. We might be in line here for a hook also. So we're going to move our target over and see what becomes of this for today. And speaking of today, that's it for today. So I have alerts on Google, and then the Nike alert is still valid. And I plan on exiting the 2 speculative put calendars that I have on Walgreens and BIDU today. And then we have a lot happening and crunch time into the end of the week here, so we're kind of hoping, if we look at our account here, look at the market, where we are, and now we're looking at, we have negative delta here, a lot of positive delta on Walgreens, but most everything is negative delta, so we're looking for a general bearish move in the market overall, and looks like as though it may be cooperating, because the NASDAQ, this is mostly all Apple, and anybody else that may be riding their coattails. So that's it for today, for Thursday. Tomorrow's weekly expiration. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.